made it be my way.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back. It's been a long extended break, but we are here. So we're gonna start off the mid-season premiere with talking about Power Rangers once and always. But as always, you got your host K1, and then you had your co-host
Shalon. What's up, Blerdsters?
All right, let's get to it. And like we told y'all before, we got a whole rest of the season slated out, so y'all stay tuned. All the new stuff that's coming out, we ready to go ahead and start talking and interviewing about it or whatever. And then also, you also seen some of our mini reviews. I've dropped 2, and Shalon has some on the way as well. So we're gonna try to kind of keep that momentum going as well, so you can see what we seen in our day-to-days. Because sometimes we don't watch the same stuff.
Right.
We really don't. Like we're different people. We're not gonna watch everything.
Right.
So So I hope y'all enjoying those so far. And Let's get into it.
Yeah. So I will say, just judging off the movie, because I, like most 90 kids, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. I had the pink Ranger doll. I had the game on Super Nintendo. So watching the movie, I didn't go into it with high expectations, because it's Power Rangers. We're not talking about Emmy nominated show, unless I'm tripping. I don't know. Taken away from that, though, the show is definitely iconic, amazing show. Just the show itself. The movie, I would definitely probably give it like a. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. It was just
solid.
Yeah, the acting was a little.
Yeah.
It had its cringy moments, which is expected from this, Power Rangers movie. Mm-hmm. And it was cool. It was cool. We were talking. I said it took a lot for me to sit there and watch it, and I normally when that happens it's not that good. It took a lot for me to sit there and try to watch it.
Make yourself focus.
Right. Yeah. So outside of that, I will say the good things I liked about it was the nostalgia, of course. I loved, even though they couldn't get everybody, the Power Rangers that I'm more familiar with are OG ones. Black Ranger and the first Blue Ranger. Mm-hmm. The other ones, I think she was the second Pink Ranger and the second Ranger. I'm not too familiar with them. But yeah, this nostalgia was great. I do like how they kind of handled Trini's death. Mm-hmm. Her daughter was a little, the person who played her daughter was a little corny to me. But
she was giving Soo Young vibes from Mount Rush.
Yeah, it was really. Yeah, it was kind of corny. I'm not gonna lie, but I like the whole her taking over her mother's legacy type thing. That was pretty cool. So
yeah, I mean, cause like we were talking about it beforehand or whatever. Like Power Rangers, like she said, it's never been like an Oscar winner worthy type of show, or whatever. The acting has always been but as a kid, you ain't really there for the acting. You just there for the action, explosions. The Rangers, the Megazords come together and all that or whatever. But the movie in total to me, like, more so seemed like a remaster, because it ain't like they were using any new CGI or anything like that. I think they really kind of stuck to the same recipe and remastered some things or whatever. Because like even the scenes where the Megazords finally formed together look exactly like the original one, just a little more crisper. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, CGI was just it was the in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I could appreciate, because that's always been like my favorite part is. The Zords come together, and it becomes Megazord and the sword. Mm-hmm. So I kind of appreciate it. I see where they were trying to go with the vintage aesthetics type thing. So that was pretty cool as always. But like I said, I just liked that when I was a kid. So
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And then too, like, we talked about the Rangers that were involved or whatever. Like, for me, I never cared for the second Red Ranger. Like Rocky, he was always just kind of corny to me. Like, I didn't see a purpose for him. Like when they was like, oh, he the replacement. I'm like the thing about the original Red Ranger, whatever, he commanded, he commanded his crew or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, till Tommy came into the picture, but he was commanding his crew. He was the leader or whatever. You get Rocky come in, it's just like, okay, he's a replacement Red Ranger, but he ain't really leading nothing.
Yeah.
Because even in the old series or whatever, I think at one point the original Red Ranger, he even took on the Green Ranger shield. At one point, so it's like there was so much stuff that he did versus you get him, then you get Rocky. It's like, then then even with the Pink Ranger, like the original Pink Ranger is still alive, so I would have loved for them to bring her in, but apparently there was some politics involved as far as just bringing her back or whatever. But they literally just made the movie based off of just Zach and Billy. That's I mean, they just centered it all around them or whatever. But I did appreciate the story. The homage to the original Yellow Ranger, Trinity and everything like that or whatever. But also something I noticed as well, I always love how they bring actors in for the actual suits. Yeah. Because you can look at Rocky, it's like, man, you getting a little thick, ain't
right, right. That's what I was saying, because I was definitely trying to peep that. I'm like, I know that's not y'all in the damn suits. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I feel like, and then I'm sorry, this goes for Billy to any Blue Ranger fans out there. Billy was always the nerd, and stuff like that. And the original Red Ranger, he exuded to me the leader type role. Like you looked at him, you're like, oh yeah, he's the leader. Right. I hate that he got himself caught up in whatever shit he got caught up in, because I would have loved to see. To me, Zach has always been cool to me. He's just cool, but I feel like they kind of tried to make Billy kind of the new leader almost, and I just wish they would have, like I said, I wish the original Red Ranger didn't get caught up, because I feel like that was what was missing. You know what I'm saying? Like that leadership role. But I get it, Yeah. I get it.
I mean, Billy has always kind of played the background, but he's never been like the bottom tier Ranger. Yeah, he's always played the background. He's always been the smartest and everything like that. Because like even in the series, he was taking like exploration missions outside of Earth and things of that nature or whatever. And now, fast forward 30 years later, whatever, he owns the building now. Yeah. The building where they would meet and the building they would talk Zordon and everything like that. Yeah. So everything from up top to down below, he owns it now. Yeah. It's the Cranston building or whatever. And at first, I was trying to make a connection between this movie and the Power. I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, it's a Power Ranger movie, but not the original one. Yeah. The new one that came out, I think, like in 2017. So that one came out, and if most people remember, Bryan Cranston, he's the one that did Zordon for that movie. So at first when I saw the name, I saw the name, I thought maybe there was a connection. I was like, oh no, that's Billy's last name. I said, I didn't realize that or whatever.
Oh wow, cool.
So it was a lot that went on, and then the whole Robo Reader thing. I'm assuming that was another thing. Like they couldn't bring the original person back, so they just had to make something work. Yeah. Which
I like that they, instead of recasting people, I do like that they kind of went about it in that way. It was kind of, I won't say painfully obvious, but it's like, when niggas keep their helmets on the whole time, you're kind of like, yeah, they're not coming back. Which like you said, I wish the people that were alive, because rest in peace to the actor and actresses who played the Yellow and Green Ranger. They couldn't obviously be there, but I just wish that the Red and Pink Ranger would have came, because it just was kind of obvious. I'm like, people keep their helmet and then they get taken away from the rest of the episode. It's like, the movie. So but Robo Rita was cool. It was, honestly, I feel like whoever they got to voice the character or whatever, they did a pretty good job. Or you think differently?
No. I don't think differently. I want to say, maybe I'm wrong. Definitely y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I want to say the original Rita is still alive. Like, I think she was still voicing the character, but I don't think she was physically being the character again or whatever. But, you know, because like I said, that voice was too spot on otherwise.
Oh, yeah, it was super spot on. I was like, oh, wow, this is... They did get someone. This sounds damn near exactly like the person. So, yeah, like I said, it was cool. I mean... Because I was just like, well, damn, like we talked about before, I was like, well, damn it. Did we watch this shit? Or was this show really trash back in the day or what? And I actually went back and like rewatched like the very first episode, and I actually enjoyed it. Like I was almost gonna just keep watching. I was like, I need to take my ass to sleep, but I don't know. It was just missing that certain magic or something. It was just missing something.
Because, I mean, I sit back and wonder what the budget was, essentially, whatever. I mean, of course, you got the politics of things, but then you got the budget as well. So, I mean, you know, I'm interested to see, like, I'm surprised, actually, that Netflix picked it up and no one else or whatnot. Because, you know, even with all that, I would think there's still, like, a lot of rights involved and things of that nature. Where I don't even think I remember seeing the Saban sign anywhere, like, on the movie title or anything like that or whatever. But, you know, like you said, you know, there was just certain parts that was just, like, real kind of cringy. Like, okay, why you just taking them off screen? We don't see them no more. Focus on these people here. Yeah. And, you know, I will say there was some dark moments, give or take, or whatever. Like, you know, like, at one point, like, I think they had For Real stab Rita. I'm like, oh, you see the picture. Oh, look at here. Right. Okay. Yeah. We growing up.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait, did he just impale her? Like,
I was like, that really happened. Right. I was like, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there was some, because even the part with Trini's death was a little, because I was just like, oh, shit, okay.
Thanos stamp.
Yeah, like, for real. So, that was a little dark. But, yeah, I think there was some things that I liked, and there were some things that I could have did without. But, I mean, like we said, you know, what can you expect from, you know, Power Rangers at this point, you know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, like how I felt, I mean, I don't think it was really a big ass. I don't think the world was like, yo, when y'all gonna push this out? Like, I don't think that was a thing. I think it was more so, okay, we get 30 years, let's put something together or whatever. Yeah. And, you know, luckily, you know, the original Billy and the original Zach was able to, you know, step up and come in and at least be a face for the reunion. You recognize their faces, you know. But, you know, then even throughout the movie, they brought the second Black and second Yellow Ranger, you know, in as cameos or whatever. Yeah. And, you know, so that was good. They was able to do that as well. But
now, I didn't follow the series down the later seasons. Mm-hmm. But, so, why were they in space?
I don't know, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, like, maybe this is something to do with SPD, because they was in space, I think. Okay. SPD. I think, yeah. So, they didn't really explain that for real. Yeah. I mean, but, you know, like I said, we do know that Billy would travel outside the Earth every once in a while on missions and stuff like that, but, yeah, they didn't really go into detail.
Yeah, and what I thought they were gonna do, and it crossed my mind, I was like, I thought they were gonna do some multiverse shit at first. Or even if they weren't gonna do that, I thought they were gonna have more Rangers coming in, because she had all the Rangers, like different type of Rangers, you know, captured. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, that would be dope if like they were able to like bring them back and just everybody's just fighting and shit. Yeah. But they didn't. So
I mean, God, hell, they've done it at least 3-4 times in the series where they will bring old characters and new characters together to do a big, you know, boss battle or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, they essentially could have pulled that, but then again, that's why I go back to like what the budget looked like. Yeah. Because like even with Alpha, like the original Alpha, that wasn't him. Like Robo Rita took on the original Alpha form, and then you got whatever Alpha you have now. Yeah. And which this one didn't even. I ain't gonna talk shit about him, but he just didn't look robotic, if that makes sense. Like he just looked like somebody in a suit
trying to just be robotic. Right. Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah.
But I mean, it would have been nice to see Zordon maybe, you know, like I don't know what the whole deal was with that. Yeah. And they kinda showed like Bulk and Skull, like a little advertisement that broke through, like Bulk and Skull, you know, was shown there, had their own business or whatever, but you know, like I said, I mean, it was what it was. You know, I came in with very low expectations or whatever, but I was like, you know, hey, I'm gonna definitely give it a watch because that's part of my childhood. So I gotta give it a watch.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, of course, that's how I felt too. But I also feel like, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I would have done just because of. I don't know. I probably would have did it a different way instead of trying to bring everybody back, knowing that it was only 2 of y'all left to really do it. I probably would have just been like, I would have brought. They could have did somewhere. Maybe they brought them back and then had other people take up the mantle or something. I don't know. But honestly, it's kind of like, I think that's what I feel like was missing. It's like there was only 2 of them really there from, you know. So I don't know, but. Like we said, it wasn't like everybody, you know, was like, you know, we need Power Rangers, you know, it's just a 30th anniversary special type thing. And, you know, for what it was, you know, I appreciated it and it was cool. I don't know. I'm not trying to talk about my man Billy too much, but I feel like the actor could have acted like he wanted to be there a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, it just kind of was stale. I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely a history behind that though, because I
read up on that, which I get. Yeah.
So I mean, he definitely got, you know, he don't have the best history with, you know, the whole brand and everything like that, and you know, especially when he came out, you know, let I don't know if he necessarily let the world know, but he was letting people know that he was gay and everything like that or whatever. I know the relationship was kind of estranged when it came to that. But, you know, he's still been constantly doing promotions for Power Rangers. He's been going to cons as well, along with Zach or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, you know,
It's just so messed up because I read up on a lot of what he had to go through. And I'm like, that's so sad because he legit, I read that he was like the longest standing person that stayed like playing Blue Ranger in all 4 seasons of the OG series. And I'm like, you would think like just because of that he just had more respect in, you know, in that area. But the fact that he went through so much, and even with him just contemplating suicide and all this stuff, I'm like, man, that is so sad. And I hate that he had to go through what he had to go through.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them have a story to tell. Because,
for sure.
Yeah.
Because they weren't being paid.
No, they was being paid peanuts.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like, the labor laws were a little different. I think they was filming in Florida. The labor laws were a little different there, where you could work, you know, being younger and things of that nature. They could pay them pretty much whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that just didn't even really account for, like, showing up for stuff or nothing like that. It's like they weren't really getting paid much. So I would stand to say all of them had something going on, you know. Now with Jason David Frank, no, I didn't see it coming, you know, because he's been doing it for so long. As far as, you know, the promotions, the what he did. I think he did some work with Bat in the Sun where he was doing like a versus. It was a Green Ranger versus somebody. But he's been doing a lot of things or whatever, and then he got a movie that's still about to drop or whatever of the Green Ranger. So, you know, it's just, ain't no telling what they all went through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because I was just, it's like a dark history behind closed doors, like what each of them had to go through, like crazy. Because I didn't know that was part of the reason, well, really the reason why Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and Yellow Ranger initially left in mid-season, second season. And, because I remember just being like, I want the old people to be a little kid.
You didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, right. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's sad, man. And then, like you said, with Green Ranger, I don't want to butcher his name, Jason David Frank.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, it's just crazy. I thought he was gonna be in this movie. I thought he was, and like I think I told you, I can't remember if that was you or someone else I told, that he felt like he just did all he wanted to do for Rangers at this point, so he's like done. I would have loved to, if he had a like shot, because I feel like it would have been fitting, you know, especially like how he ended up leaving from here. But yeah, it's definitely a dark history behind Power Rangers for sure. Yeah,
for sure. So I mean, you know, like I said, we liked it for what it was. You know, luckily we're not kids, so we could see what was going on.
Oh yeah,
we could see the movements that were made to kind of just put the focus on the Rangers, but also just do everything around Zach and Billy or whatever, and try to make it work or whatnot. You know, as far as the young lady that played like the daughter of Trini or whatever. I don't know where she came from, to be honest. I haven't seen her anything outside of this right here.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, I think it was a decent tribute to Trini.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of this could have been done way before now. They didn't have to wait till the 30th reunion to do it.
I feel that, and I'm trying to think maybe I don't know, maybe I don't know what made them finally do it, because I'm like, I would have loved to see something, like you said, way before now. They could have did something just, and I feel like maybe they would have been able to have more of the original cast to be a part of it versus waiting now and you only have like 2 show up. And yeah, I feel like it just wasn't the same for me, and I get it, like now you definitely thinking about it, put in perspective with the with Billy, the actor who plays him. Like, you're right, he has gone through a lot, so that may be why, to me, his acting just was like I could feel something was off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm with you. I feel like they could have probably came out with this and had better results, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, man, if you haven't already, it came out on the 19th, so I mean, it's only been a week out, so
yeah.
If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. Let us know your thoughts for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if I have too much more to add to it.
Right. You're right.
I thought we was gonna have. That's another thing. So our special guest, he had to cut out. He had a family emergency or whatever have you. But I do think if he was here, he probably would have brought more to it, because he's a big fan of the show as well. 'Cause I think he told me when the 2017 Power Ranger movie came out, he was the first one up there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he probably would definitely had a lot to add to it or whatnot. But with that being said, like I said, we definitely got more content on the way. I think next thing that is up is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. And then The Flash is June. And then we got a couple of shows.
Yeah.
I know we got Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm missing something.
I feel like it's something else.
But we will have
My Hero. Not My Hero. Demon Slayer. This season's going on right now, so that'll be an episode for us.
Right. I feel like it's something else I'm missing.
Blue Beetle, or are we too
far?
Blue Beetle. Okay.
I think Blue Beetle like August, September,
okay,
so around there. But we'll be done with the season by then. At least last season we had a good run, because everything was just like boom, 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 and we just hit y'all with it as soon as we sang it or whatever. But but that's what the mini reviews are for. Like, we got anything that we're currently watching or whatever that we want to share. Like, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Shalon isn't or whatnot, but she got other stuff she watches as well. But we both like anime, and it's just hard to catch up on anime. It
is, because My Hero. I got Steph watching it, because I put him onto it, and we just ended up. I just was like, "Fuck it, I'll binge watch it with you again," and we ended up binging it to like this point, and so it is, because it's like a lot of episodes. A lot of episodes of just anime. They'll have a mid-season, then they'll come back, and yeah.
So, I mean, not that we ain't watching stuff. We just trying to, catch up. Let me see. Anything else I can think of? That was something else I was going to bring up.
What else is coming out?
I had a list somewhere. But anyways, what I think I'll do is I'll post, like, what the roster's going to be for the rest of the season.
That's a good idea.
So y'all can get hyped up for that, what we got coming next. Still planning to try to drop some merch or whatnot, so y'all keep an eye out for that. And then when we do, we already have the Cash App set up for y'all to donate and get your shirts or whatever, and whatever other merch that we have that we're gonna put out. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I feel a little rusty a little bit. That's why
I was driving up and I'm like, is this his house right here? I'm like, see, it hasn't been super long, but it feels like it has. So yeah. And then, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like, what else do you really talk about with the Power Rangers? It's hard to kind of dive in, because I mean, ain't really nothing really too crazy happen. So Yeah.
That's and I can't even really talk too much about some of the Rangers. They got a little beefy because hell, I done got big.
Right.
So ain't too much I can really speak on. But I know there was a Roy cringy part that they was fighting in the juice bar, and I was just like,
you're right.
Come on, my boy.
Come on, man.
Come on, my boy.
Come on. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I was just kind of like, at that point, I was like. Yeah, it was hard.
It was like watching one of those old action movies or something like that. I was like, come on.
Oh, it was so choreographed and just y'all not hitting nobody. Come on, man. It was yeah.
But other than that was it. But I will say the putties, they was getting down because they started slinging around old girl. I was like,
I was like, damn, she kind of hit the ground kind of hard.
Right.
Like,
they got her up on the doggone counter and boom.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. She was getting on my damn nerves though. Like, and I get it. They went for the typical don't listen, and then at the end she's gonna finally listen and and be able to morph and it was it was cool. It was cool.
But what killed me about some of those moments though is like. It's like she would be talking reason. She would say what he's saying, like, I shouldn't be doing this or whatever, and then just do it anyway. It's like,
I was, because after the first time, I was like, okay, so you got it. Okay, cool. And then she does some dumb shit. I'm like, well, didn't you just tell Zach you got what he was saying? What the hell are you doing out here for? I'm like, you asking to get your ass whooped.
Pretty much.
The hell are you doing?
I was over here thinking like, was I like that as a teenager? Right. Would I speak the reason and still do the shit
and still
anyway?
do the same shit. I know exactly where you're talking when she went into the junkyard or something. And I'm like, did you not just...
Baby girl, he said leave them alone. He said leave them alone. They good where they at. Don't mess with them.
And she's like, and then she was in there with Alpha, and Alpha was like, I don't think you should. No, I got it. I know. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you're not listening.
I'm kind of glad I brought this up down.
I know. More stuff to talk about. Here you go.
Right, but she could not morph. It's just on the strength that you can't morph. Why you going out there? You already got whooped by putties. Now you about to get whooped by this wolf and this snake. Like,
that's what I'm like. Listen, apparently Robo Rita can kill y'all even in your morph state. So why the hell are you trying to go out here and fight? Talking about I trained for this. No, you need to sit down.
You ain't enough. Right. I don't know what you thought you trained for, but that wasn't it.
Right, you ain't trained enough.
Nah.
At all,
nah.
yeah.
But, that's my tidbit on her, because I was just like, you just doing just all the wrong stuff.
Oh, she was getting on my damn nerves. Like, I think she probably had the most cringy moments in the movie for me. Like, her character, I was just like, bruh.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
You know what? It would have been cool for me if they made a connection between Zach and Trinity, because it was always kind of speculated like they had a thing.
They ain't going on, yeah.
So that would have been kind of cool to kind of expound on, were they a thing, or is Trinity's daughter his daughter for real? Like that would have been a decent dynamic.
Yeah, because even with when they Trinity's death, I was like, y'all ain't sad enough for me right now.
Not enough. Not for real.
I mean, the Pink Ranger looked like she couldn't breathe. She dropped to her knees, but the rest of them was just kind of like. The rest of them kind of was like, you stretch your head, you like, well, damn. I'm like, y'all ain't sad enough. The hell is this?
No. Like I said, that's why I feel like if this was something that dropped early on, you would have seen the real emotion or whatever. But here it was just like, all right, she dead. All right, what we about to do?
I mean, they kind of was just like. They went to the next scene and then they're standing in there like, we don't know how we gonna tell her. Like, it was just no emotion. I'm like, y'all done known this person since the 90s?
Right.
Like.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I got you.
So it was just like, bro, where's the sadness? Only one person dropped to their knees. Like.
That was it, for real. Like, and Man.
Yeah.
Like I said, but then again, it ain't like this was like, ain't like this was Endgame. Ain't like Tony Stark.
Yeah. You right.
I do feel like y'all should have had a little bit more emotion.
Just a little bit more, It's just. I was just sitting there watching. I'm like, because I told you I'm always kind of like, I don't know what it is, but I love a good emotional scene. Like, make me believe that this person gone. And I was just waiting, and it just kind of was like, well, now it's like you get to the end where she finally is able to morph, and she has these emotional moments, and it didn't really hit, because I'm like, y'all kind of failed at the first part of...
You're right. I mean, it was emotional for me. Like, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
For me, though.
Yeah.
Like, but when it came to her, I was like...
Yeah, for sure. Like, when she had her emotional moments, it was just kind of like... So, yeah.
Because, I even said this previously, like, the dynamic wasn't really explained to whereas, okay, we know in real life that she passed away. So what happened on from that point up until now? Because basically what they kind of made it seem like was, Trini's still been fighting. She's still been in the trenches or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, you're not making it make sense. Now, if they would have made it where they look younger, it would have made a little bit more sense. Earlier on, like, in one of your heated battles, she passed away. But basically in the movie, it made it seem like, this happened last year.
They didn't skip a beat.
So then she passed away, so...
Yeah, I would have... And like you said, it would have made... Because she passed away, like, way early on, though. Like, early. Because I'm trying to think, even if they... Because they couldn't even do that, because she passed away in, like, 2000 or something. Mm-hmm. If... she had to pass away like later on, I would have liked to see like if she was still able to like I guess be a part and do it. I guess if they're going off of like the black and the red and the yellow ranger walking off or walking away from the show and they're getting replaced by other rangers, I wish they would have did something like they kind of explain or not even explain. Something could have happened where they had to go seek them out. Like, maybe they're off living their lives or some shit. Yeah. And Zach left too, shit. Or Billy. I'll say Billy, approached them like, I need y'all help. And they're on some like, well, you got other Rangers to replace us. And he's like, no, I need y'all niggas. Like, something like that. But, I'm with you. It was a little weird that they kind of made it seem like they've been fighting. And, I'm like, no, y'all... got replaced. Like, what? So
that dynamic wasn't explained, but I feel like they worked with what they had and they worked with the cast they had and they just put together what they thought was good and shipped it out. I was like, all right, come on, they'll love it.
Yeah. I want to say it was solid, but it was cool. I feel like if you were a fan, you'll appreciate it. Like, I appreciate it. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to y'all and be like, it was amazing. It wasn't. But because we're huge I'm not a huge Power Ranger fan, but I grew up on the shit. Right. So I'm definitely a fan. It was cool to sort of see nostalgia stuff here and there, and it was nice seeing certain people again. So yeah, for that itself, I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we said, y'all, if y'all haven't, go ahead and check it out. I don't know what else they got coming out like for that series or anything like that or whatever. But I do feel like this was like the end of the road. I would hope this is the end of the road type deal. Like, I don't see them expounding too much more on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or even making a sequel to the 2017 one or whatever. So
yeah, because I heard that one did terrible at the box office, so they kind of was just like, fuck it. I personally would like to see a reboot, like how they did the Power Rangers movie, because I feel like with better effects, I'm here for it. With a better storyline, I'm here for it. As far as the OG cast, I'm with you. I think this was kind of like a last hurrah. Hopefully, I feel like if they do bring back Zach and Billy, I feel like it should be from more of a mentor standpoint versus them trying to be in on the action. Yeah, because I'm kind of like, It just don't need to be. I think they last hurrah. Yeah, let someone else do it now. Because I feel it don't hit the same. Not everybody's a part of it.
Yeah.
And even if they do get a Red Ranger, once he's whatever shit he don't got himself caught up in, that's just 3 of the OG Rangers. Right. No one the 2 of them rest in peace, and then Pink Ranger don't want to come back. So it's like,
and which I would like to read up on that because she showed up for the 2017 movie. Her and Jason David Frank were in that movie. Wow. They were I guess they were civilians or whatever, or something like that. But they were in that movie or whatever. So it's kind of strange to me that they wouldn't go along with doing the reunion, which will be 5 years later or whatever. So
she did say personal reasons. Now that's a lot of gray area. Maybe it's somebody she not fucking with or something. That's a part of the project of the movie. I don't know. Well,
shoot, I was told they didn't even reach out to her for real.
Oh,
not
for real?
Reunion. I had to check back, but I heard they didn't really reach out to her.
I got my information off of Wikipedia, so it could be kind of. But I was like, oh shit. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's crazy that they wouldn't reach out to her because she's legit the first Pink Ranger. The hell, so. Yeah.
So ain't no telling.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But,
it was solid. It was solid.
Like I said, a solid movie. Like I said, not Oscar worthy by far, but still, like I said, still something to check out. With your family, whatever. Because it was definitely for us. It wasn't for no kids because no kids know nothing about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So but like Rita did have different ones from different eras of Power Rangers and her thing or whatever. But Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying. I'm like, it's the budget, because when they show the power, I started getting a little excited because I'm like, oh, this finna be an all out fight at the end. I don't care how bad the CGI is. This is gonna be dope. I'm here for it. Let's go. And then at the end where they kind of was like, oh yeah, we already got the Rangers on the ship. We're about to take them to planet whatever the fuck, and we're gonna fix them.
But they could have even at least showed that,
the
process of going to go get these other
motherfuckers. That's what I'm like. How the hell y'all gonna tease us like that? You have all these damn Rangers and you don't even show not damn body. They just already on the damn ship.
No, because it started off with the 4 they got. So I'm thinking so y'all just need 2 more and they'll complete it. Nah, they went and got 20 more niggas and put them on the rack. It was like, all right, cool, we can get this power up. At least show us that.
Show us somebody, even if they gotta be in the damn suits, I don't care, but something. Because I'm like, how the hell y'all got all these damn Rangers from different shows and shit, and y'all don't even show us nothing. They just they're already on the ship. We're about to take them and get them fixed right up and take them back. I'm like, so we can't see anything?
Because this is gonna be the a-hole part of me. It don't make no sense. Y'all was able to get these other 20 and y'all struggling to get Zach and Billy. That don't make sense to me.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely was thinking that too. I'm like, was the budget low? I know y'all could have reached out. I know for a fact somebody would have just been happy to just be a part of something again, so it just was I guess they only cared about the first 2 Rangers on each color, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But normally we'll tell y'all we expect something else coming out, but I don't think nothing else is coming out.
Yeah, I don't think
compared to this for real. So that's it for that one, whatever. But definitely if you're a fan, go see it. It does have a lot of nostalgia in it, from the music to the Megazords to the even the fight scenes or whatever. So it does have some nostalgia for you. So if you gotta break out your old Power Ranger flip up toys and sit back and watch it do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It made me want to be like, well, let me. Cause I was like, I know I'm not tripping. Let me let me watch an episode or 2, but it still gave me those feels as being a kid. I was legit when Megazord. I was just like the feeling. So it's like, man, go watch it. It's especially if you were a fan back in the day, it'll give you them same feels, and it is definitely. I was talking to my sister today, and I was just like, man, being a 90s kid was just amazing. You have all these different shows that still hold up today, some of them.
Yeah.
So, for sure. Watch. Go back and rewatch, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, as far as nostalgia goes, I think they're coming out with the. I think we posted they coming out with another Ninja Turtles movie. This one's gonna be an animated one, but this one looks like it's gonna be a little more, a little more based on like them like starting out and everything like that. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Scream just came out on on Amazon. I'm gonna probably watch that tonight. I mean, it's not necessarily not a Blerd thing, like not a nerd thing, but that came out as well.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll be in one of the little mini reviews. Cause like I said, we'll definitely spit those out in this time that we have between filming together, or whatever. Because like I said, literally episodes are gonna be like a month in between type deal because of how things are dropping right now.
Yeah.
But, so we'll definitely just try to continue keeping content and, just, keep y'all updated with things we got coming in the works. If we got any collaborations going on or anything like that, y'all will be the first to know. Yep. But, we are out of here. Like I said, we covered what we could of it. I think we covered, the best of what we could pull out of without completely shitting on it.
Yeah, because, which I try not to do. I really try not to do that.
Just like I said, it's our opinion, but we glad that we have people that rock with what we talk about, and always shouting us out, and especially. Matter of fact, a shout out to what is it? Courtney Jackson, is that their name?
Cortland Jackson. Yeah, that's my buddy. And it's crazy. We have never met in person, but we've always been social media friends.
Oh wow!
And he's always given me so much love and support on anything like I do. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah! Shout out to my mans. You are dope as hell. We appreciate you. And I'm gonna get him to watch this. I'm gonna be like, we gave you a shout out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like I said, always shouting us out, always tagging us in things. All nerd and blurred or whatever was going on. Yeah. So definitely shout outs to you. So like I said, we're gonna keep y'all posted. Keep the page running with content, and y'all just stick by us as we try to get through the rest of season 2, and then take a break from then and get ready for whatever's else to come during the next season or whatever. So so y'all stay tuned. Again, I am your host K1, and this is your co-host
Shalon,
and we are out of here. Thank you for joining us. Be kind and unwind. Peace.
Awesome.